May is almost over, so it is time to present you my June TBR. I picked 11 new books to add to my TBR for the month, and I have a few books that I will continue that I've started before the month. So let's talk about it. The first book that I want to add to my June TBR was already on my May TBR, but we decided to delay it because one person of my buddy read group still reads book 7 of the Dungeon Crawler Card series by Matt Dinneman. But she said she will be ready until the end of this week. So we start A Parade of Horribles, book 8 of the series, in June. And I can't wait to read the book to see what's going on in the newest edition of the series. This book was published in May, so it is new, and I haven't heard anything about it so far. So I'm pretty intrigued by it and hope I will enjoy this one. And the next book is also a new publication, not that new, but a 2026 release. It is The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clark. And I'm very, very hyped and want to read this book. It will be my new Thursday Read With Me book after I finished The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. That will also be on my June TBR because right now I have 200 pages left, but at the end of May I will have 100 pages left. So one part left for June. Then I will have my book talk about the Lost Bookshop, and then I will start The Ending Writes Itself. And I'm very, very happy that I can finally start the book. Just for your information, I just put the new books that I add to my TBR here. I won't put books like The Lost Bookshop on the stack because these books I put right away back on my stack of current reads. That is way too big, but we talk about this another time. I try to finish a few of these books now this week to finish them in May. The Lost Bookshop won't be one of them, but I try to finish this book, A Torch Against the Night by Sabah Tahir, book 2 of the An Ember in the Ashes series. I finally finished book 1 of the series on May 23rd, and this should have been my May read. I already started the book, but I'm not that far into it. I have a few hundred pages left, but I want to try to finish it this week so I can continue with book 3 in June, which is this one, A Reaper at the Gates. I have no idea what this is about because I haven't read the synopsis, of course. I don't want to be spoiled. It is a story that continues throughout all books of the series around the same characters. So I just have to wait to see what this is about. As I said, I have a few hundred pages left of book 2. There is still a lot that can happen, but I like the series so far. I love the characters. I'm really intrigued by the writing and can't wait to see what will happen next. The next 3 books that I plan to read are for a vlog, and I want to read mysteries mixed with other genres. The first one I want to read is Inside by Antonia Wesseling, a German new adult author. The subtitle of this new adult suspense book is Dein Leben gehört mir, which translates to Your life is owned by me. It is about a female influencer that is stalked by someone which is more important than ever to talk about because we have this case here in Germany with a pretty popular female influencer. There was a whole scandal about it a few weeks ago that people didn't took it seriously and other influencers lost about it. So I think it's the perfect timing to read Inside Now. And I really like the mix of genres here. New adult romance meets suspense. So I can't wait to read the book. It is on my TBR since 2024. So this is the first book for the vlog, and the two next ones are a mix of suspense, mystery, and literary fiction. The first one is People Pleaser by Catriona Stewart, a new release from 2025, so around a year old at this point, and on my TBR since December last year. I had it on my wish list a long time because the synopsis really intrigued me. This story is about the winner of a dating show. She is super popular, super glamorous, and a VIP until she got murdered, and her sister is attempt to uncover the truth about her life, which is not as glamorous as everybody thought. And a deadlier side is revealed to Hollywood. I have read Rumored by Kelly and Christina Mancuso last year, which also went into this direction, and I loved that book. So I wanted to explore more books in that direction, like People Pleaser and like The Spotlight by Nicola Martin, which is about the drummer of a girl band. And one of the members is found dead. There is a stalker involved. And our main character, Kirby, the drummer, is now titled Killer Kirby because she's the suspect of the murder, but she is never found guilty, and years later, she gets the offer to play for a big pop star on a tour. And of course, she says yes. But there we have then the stalker involved in the story. And of course, the first suspect to be the stalker is Kirby again. So the nightmare starts again. And I will find out when I read the spotlight if she is guilty or not. I can't wait to explore that, to follow all the hints and probably red herrings. I really like this kind of murder mystery. I don't know why I am such a sucker for it because it is super specific, like you can see with all these books. But I think I will really like these books, and especially for the spotlight, I need to thank the publisher and NetGalley that I got a digital review copy of it. It is the German version that I got, but it is a translation. This book is available in English. So I can't wait to read it and talk about it in my murder mystery vlog. And when we are talking about murder mystery, we also need to talk about Young Sherlock Holmes by Andrew Lane, a series that I've started to read in April. And currently, I'm reading book 4 of the series. I am halfway through the book, and on my May TBR are book 4 and 5. So I have a lot to read this week, but I still want to try and finish the series in June, which means I put book 6, 7, and 8 on my June TBR. Again, these are the German versions. I show you the English versions above here so you can see which books I'm talking about. I said it before, I really liked the Netflix adaptation that is inspired by the books of Andrew Lane here. And I say inspired on purpose because I can see the influence of the books in the series, but it has a completely different plot. The characters are a bit older than in the books because here we have 14-year-old Sherlock, and in the series he already goes to college. And we've met Moriarty in the series. They got friends there, but Moriarty nowhere to be seen so far. But we learn a lot about Sherlock and see a lot of the influences and processes that made Sherlock the person we know from the originals. And I love that. I enjoyed the books I've read so far from the series, so I will probably also enjoy these three. And of course, we can't forget the one big universe I'm working through, the Cosmic Universe by Brandon Sanderson. At the point I'm filming this, I have 200 pages left of Oathbringer. When I start June, I will have 100 pages left, so one part to film for my Sunday read with me's. And after that, I will start a novella, which is a little relief between all these super thick books. I will read Dawn Chart. This is the next one in the reading order. And as I said, this is just a novella, a little bit under 250 pages, I think. And I will read this over the last 3 Sundays that are left then in June. So the reading will be a little bit more relaxed than with Oathbringer, where I read 100 pages per week, not only 80, and the writing is way smaller than in Dawn Chart. But I need to take a little breather here, need and want to relax a bit. And I have a lot of other books on my TBR here that I want to read, so that's okay that I take it a little bit more relaxed because after Dawn Chart, I will start the next chunky book here, which is then Rhythm of War, book 4 of the Stormlight Archive series. But I won't start that until July, so you will see that in the next TBR. Which means we have now all the physical books that I want to read on the stack, but I need to talk about one more book, which is an ebook, and that is Love Song by L. Kennedy, a standalone in the off campus universe. If I could give a recommendation here, read the books in order. First the off campus series, then the Briar Youth series, then the Legacy. After that, the next generation, starting with the Campus Diary series, which I finished this month. And Love Song is now the newest addition to the universe. I think it came out in May or at the end of April. I'm not quite sure here, but definitely recently. And we already met both characters in the Campus Diary series. Will just for one little scene, but we had a lot of Blake, especially in book 2 and 3 of the Campus Diary series, and I can't wait to read her story. Kennedy recently revealed the next book in the off campus universe, which will be Bad Idea, but that won't be out until I think late this year. So I will be on track after Love Song. And what I can also say at this point is that I watched, of course, the series and I inhaled it with my best friend. We loved it. And I can't wait to see the next season, probably next year. It is really well done, even with the changes they made. And I still really enjoy reading the books, reading through this universe. So I'm very happy to read Love Song now in June, but also a little bit sad because after that I need to take a break again until the next book will be published. But that's it for now. A few books that I will continue that I've started before, 11 new books added to my TBR, and I think that is more than enough for June to read. I don't know if I will finish each and every of these books, but that's okay. I don't need to pressure myself. I want to enjoy reading. That's the most important thing. And at this point, I can only say that's it for now. Please tell me in the comments what you want to read in June. Like this video if you wanna, follow my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!